Anyone else like to share? How about you in the back with the glasses, sir?
My name's Bobby, and I am an addict.
Hey, Bobby.
Hi, Bobby.
You know, you folks aren't here because you're gamblers. You are here because you are terrible gamblers.
Hey, Bobby.
These folks don't need to stop doing what they're doing. They just need to get better at it. Who's dealing?
Please.
Who's that?
Who's in? The Monday Night Meltdown has begun. The pimps, the players, the hustlers, the people who bust them, and everybody else in between, from Costa Rica to California, Montreal to Minnesota, and of course Las Vegas, where we will be later in the week. It's IFBC week. Much anticipation. People have talked about this for the last year, actually. Looking forward to the next IFBC. And here it is later in the week as the National Football League regular season is around the corner. College football kicks off this Saturday. Hard to believe the college football season is here, although really there's a reason why they're calling it week 0, because the games blow. But there's a couple of games. We're going to have a lot of things to be able to bet on in Las Vegas this weekend, as we will have college football on Saturday, UFC on Saturday, EPL on Saturday, MLS on Saturday, NFL preseason. There won't be a shortage of things to lay down on, at least when we're there. You know, considering it's not in the football season per se, but pretty much everything is going on. MLS, CFL football, you name it, man. You can bet it all in Las Vegas. Now, I don't say you can bet it all in Las Vegas like Las Vegas is the best place to bet or anything like that. And in fact, you might get frustrated as an offshore bettor. It might actually frustrate you at times in Las Vegas. You know, you won't be able to buy points. I once wanted to tease a CFL game with a college football game. They looked at me like I was fucking insane. So, you know, but whatever. You'll be able to get your bets in. And the good thing is about on Fremont Street, a good thing about Fremont Street is there's a lot of different books on Fremont Street too. All the casinos are right next to each other on Fremont. So there's literally like 4 or 5, maybe, you know, it's probably about 4 or 5 options, I would believe. The Golden Nugget is like their own book. Tony Miller's like a rarity. He sets his own numbers there. So the Golden Nugget's like not a Will Hill. It's not anything. The Golden Nugget's like Golden Nugget. They have their own book. And they, you know, they're pretty good. They're top of the line. They have everything. It's a well-respected book. The D is right next door. The D's a cool casino. We'll check out the D. That's the cool thing about Fremont. You can sort of just go from place to place and hang out and, you know, stay in a place that you like more than another. But the D is a fun place for, you know, a little while. The D Sportsbook is good. It's a Will Hill book. So they have good numbers and shit. It's a good book, but holy fuck, this football game is just a fumble fest. Fucking preseason. 17-10 right now. Every idiot that returns a fucking punt fumbles. Fuck. Every fucking, like, there's been like fucking 5 of them. Fuck. Always on punts. I ended up jumping in on the under of this game at the last second. Ugh. Depends what happens here. We'll see if Baltimore's defense can step up. I'm not liking it. Hopefully it's not 17-17 in a couple of minutes here. Michigan's going down, says Beastly. I don't think so. It's a tough game. It's a tough game. Now, anybody can attend the IFBC seminars. They'll be broadcast online here as well. They'll be broadcast here online here as well. There'll be some good stuff across the board. They have some very smart panelists throwing it down. We're going to be speaking on Sunday. We're the last group to go up. I believe me, Kelly in Vegas, Whale Capper, and Donnie Rightside will be the last 4 up. How many shows do we have left in Toronto? I don't know, a couple of more. I guess at least tonight. At least tonight and tomorrow night. And then we'll probably do one more show here next week, actually. We'll probably do one more show here next week, Dan Lon. Like next Thursday night, probably. No, I believe the seminars will be open to the public. You just don't get the, the free booze and all that type of stuff. And the free hotel room. That's gone already, but we'll run through the schedule a little bit later on. Yeah, we'll be back at some point, Dan Lon. I try not to get too sentimental about these things. It actually has been a hell of a run in Toronto. I haven't really thought about it because, we haven't done our last show in Toronto. It's like I'll be doing shows in Toronto in September too for when Homicide records its record. That'll really be the end of Toronto. Right now, it's just sort of it's coming to an end. It's coming to an end. Yeah, who would have thought that I would be gone and DeMar DeRozan would be gone? I see people freaking out. Who did you see at MetLife Stadium? I see people freaking out about the Raptors hiring one of Kawhi Leonard's buddies and stuff, but I really don't see what the big deal is. This stuff happens all the time. The Raptors are trying to get him to re-sign here. The funny thing is nobody even knows who like a lot of these assistants are or whoever. And then suddenly, it's Kawhi Leonard, and then people freak out about it. Man, the cold water. I went to the dentist today. And man, I was in the chair for a while, fuck. I've been in the chair for a couple of days. I got to go back on Wednesday. It never motherfucking ends, man. Today was the more painful one, though, fuck. Today was the more painful one, man. It was just like 90 minutes of fucking scraping and drilling and fucking fillings and fuck, man. My, today on the radio show, like the side of my mouth was frozen. Now it's starting to de-thaw and shit, and I'm starting to feel it. I'm not in pain. It's just sort of discomfort. It's a discomfort. And here comes a touchdown. Oh, of course. I knew they were going to throw a flag on that. For fuck's sakes, fuck. What a screw job, huh? 17-10, fucking fumble. Next thing you know, 1st and goal from the 1. I was just about to say, good, you didn't throw a flag. Yeah, man. Yeah, 90 minutes in a dentist chair is a long time. And I was in for like another 90 minutes. Exactly, Haynes. Or what's up, Haynes? Exactly. I don't have any insurance either, fuck. So this shit's costly. Today they wanted to fucking do like 4 fillings at once, man. I was like, how much is that going to cost? I was going to accept the pain aspect of it, but I was like, how much is this going to cost for 4 fillings? They're like, oh, it'll be $835. I was like, holy shit, fuck. I said, well, I can't do that. I said, that's a little bit excessive. That's a little bit excessive. So, and there's the touchdown. Oh, no, incomplete. So they did like one of the more important fillings. And they did like the cleaning and stuff. It was like another $400. I spent $400 last week, $400. I got to go back on Wednesday, another $200. And I still need to get a couple of more fillings, but at least, I'm getting through this. Listen, I haven't been to the dentist in a long time, so it's pretty torturous, but it's a step in the right direction. 3rd and goal right now. All right, we'll see if they go for it. It's 4th and goal. Settle down, asshole. Fucking number 28's fucking all celebrating and shit. You're the dickhead that fucking got the penalty. Fuck. Yeah, they're going for it. This is where the preseason effect comes into play here when you bet on this stuff. Because clearly they wouldn't normally be going for it. But on 4th and goal, all right, let's see what we got on 4th and goal in the preseason. They're going for it right now. Brissett under pressure. Shit. Incomplete. Ooh, we got saved. 17-10. Chris Edge. What up, Chris Edge? We'll see you in a couple of days. SBR website says you need ticket and passes, huh? Only people are registered or allowed into the ballroom. Oh, that's too bad. Yeah, you'll still be able to hang out, though, and everything. You'll still be able to hang out. Yeah, that's the thing. Some UFC fighters, actually, I see, and they live in California. They do the same thing, Chris. They do the same thing. I saw, like, when they get, like, MRIs done and x-rays done and, like, sort of medical procedures, UFC fighters, they'll actually just drive to Mexico because it's cheaper for them. Sonny Vega in the house. What's up, Sonny? Sonny's going to be there. George Jung will be at the IFBC. What's up, George? We'll see you there. Sonny Vega says the communication has been poor. What do you need, Sonny? I'm sure hello, Ken. Someone from SBR might be tuning in right now. Maybe they can answer your question if someone's out there, Sophia or Zach Jones. Now, listen, it's not the best circumstances. It's not the best circumstances, what's going on with me over the last week. I am feeling a little bit better. I don't want to spoil people's Vegas experience or anything like that. I'm not as fired up as I could be for this, but it's going to be cool. It's going to be, it'll be a good time meeting you guys. The conference will be a good time. You'll learn a lot. If you're unable to attend, it'll be online like it was last year. Me personally, listen, I don't really know anything special myself. The hell? Yeah, I don't really know anything special myself. We're sort of exchanging some emails as far as the panel on Sunday is concerned. Listen, I'm good to go either way, right? We'll be ready to bring it. I've got some NFL totals. Looking at some NFL. I'm not going to share it right now. I'm not going to give away my stuff now, but I'm going to take the field goal prop into something a little further. I've discovered a couple of things. Like I'm trying to isolate who the best kickers are for our long field goal props, right? And there's a few obvious ones, but I've noticed a correlation with a few of them. So we're going to get into that. I'll dig into that a little bit. I'm going to isolate a couple of players as well. I'm going to isolate a couple of players, wide receivers, tight ends, etc., that I think will be good prop plays. Donnie, right side in the house. What's up, Donnie? Zach's stressing out. See, that's the problem, Donnie. I mean, I know you're solid. You and I, respond right away. But, hey, I put in the email to everyone. I have a radio show daily at 4 o'clock. I could do the thing at 3:30. I was ready today at 3:30. Nobody was ready to go. My emails start blowing up at 4:40 and stuff. It's like I can't stop a radio show. I'm not saying this to you, Donnie. But, yeah. It's like I told him 10 times. No, I can't do that at 4. No, like I was around earlier. I can call you, Donnie. We can go over stuff. I'm ready to go. Like you said, I know what I'm doing. We're going over every Jack sent an email. We're going over every conference. I'll have a pick or two for each division. Each NFL division. I'm not going to force picks, but right now, I'll tell you what. I've got two totals. I've got two NFL totals, win totals that I really like. I'm going to discuss the field goal props more in depth. As I stated, I'll have some other players to isolate, some wide receivers that are going to break out. That'll be good prop bets this year. Couple of division winners, wild card odds, etc. We'll be good to go. Have I decided who's going to win the Super Bowl this year? No, I haven't, Jake. Still too early for that. Still too early. Let's get through preseason here. And I gotta tell you, I gotta tell you. See you later, Dan Lon. You're leaving early, Dan. Yeah, the Browns. Now, I got to tell you, you might not like the team that I'm thinking might go to the Super Bowl this year. I'm thinking this year, there's got to be a changing of the guard. There's got to be a changing of the guard in the NFL eventually here, specifically in the AFC. The Patriots, are the Patriots just going to go to the motherfucking Super Bowl every year out of the AFC forever? The thing is, you look at the landscape in the AFC, I'm not sure there's anybody good enough to do anything about it. I'll tell you right now, I'm extremely high on the Carolina Panthers. It's famous last words, I know. I've said this before. I've done this in the past. We all know my history with the Carolina Panthers. I think the Carolina Panthers are a live team, a dangerous team this year. Who's going to be the quarterback? Well, guys, they were 11-5 last year. They were 11-5 last year, the Panthers. And they're going to be better this year. Like, it's not like, oh, the Panthers suck. They were 11-5. The Jags are overrated. Hey, listen, don't tell me what you guys like. Bet it at a sports book. Don't ask me who I like and then tell me no. I didn't ask you who you like. You asked me who I liked. I don't recall asking, oh, hey, yeah. And I'm not saying the Panthers are winning the Super Bowl. I'm telling you right now that the Carolina Panthers are in the mix. The Carolina Panthers are in the mix. I personally, in my own personal opinion, I think the Jacksonville Jaguars are overrated a little bit. But the thing is, if you notice, there's a lot of people that are taking the Jags to win the Super Bowl, or they're taking the Jags to win the AFC. They're taking the Jags to win a division. It's like the Jaguars are being talked about by the mainstream media like they're some sort of powerhouse now or something. It's like they beat the Buffalo Bills 7-3 last year, right? If the Bills' offense isn't fucking inept, they would have won that game. Blake Bortles ain't going to the Super Bowl. I think the Jags had their year last year. Jalen Ramsey runs his mouth so much. They're not as good as they think they are. Yeah, they're good. You're all right. But the division you play in is way better than it normally is. You don't have a free pass suddenly with Luck. Luck is going to be back. Deshaun Watson was hurt last year. Like, let's be real about the Jacksonville Jaguars. Everything fell into place for them. Andrew Luck was out. The Colts were a shit show. Deshaun Watson got hurt. If Deshaun Watson doesn't get hurt, the Jags don't steamroll the division and shit. The Tennessee Titans are going to be a decent team again this year. It's not going to be a party for the Jags, that the Jags are just going to steamroll everybody. And I'll tell you what, the Houston Texans have the easiest schedule in the National Football League. Listen, I think that Houston is sort of that team, personally, that could fucking win the AFC. I think, yeah, that's what I'm saying, Money Tank. I'm not saying the Jags suck. Leonard Fournette's great. Leonard Fournette's really good. Their defense is very, very good. Like, they're good. I'm not saying the Jags are like a fluke or anything like that. But is Blake Bortles going back-to-back, having another year like this? And like I said, last year, everything fell into place for them. The Colts were terrible and didn't have Andrew Luck. The Texans were terrible and got injured every week. The Titans fucking had Mike Mularkey as a head coach. The division is greatly improved this year. The Houston Texans have Deshaun Watson now, and they're loaded. The Colts have Andrew Luck. The Colts still have some work to do, but they've got Andrew Luck back, and the Titans are, a potential 10-win team. Like, there's no party here for the Jags. It's not going to be easy for them. So I'm not discounting them, but so as I was saying, I kind of think that the Houston Texans, and look, J.J. Watt was hurt too last year, don't forget. And listen, I think J.J. Watt's a little annoying, but I might be the only one that finds J.J. Watt annoying. I just don't, the media overblows. And I see Druzilla is praying for A.J. McCarron. Turns out A.J. McCarron doesn't have a fractured collarbone. We'll get to the Bills quarterback situation in a minute. Muhammad Jamba says the Titans are going 6-10. I doubt they're going 6-10. The Carolina Panther win total is 8.5 for somebody that asked earlier. Yeah, so look, you look at the Houston Texans. You look at the Houston Texans, and the Houston Texans really are loaded. And their schedule is very easy. Like, there's no reason why the Texans can't win like 11, 12 games this year. The only question is, can Bill O'Brien win 11 or 12 games? I don't know. He never has. You know, it was last year that the Texans ownership basically kind of threatened Bill O'Brien a bit. They basically said, listen, you know, you've been here 4 years. Every year he's had the same record, 9-7. So, you know, they're like, they basically said to him, we don't think you have a 9-7 roster, you know? So, and in reality, you look, the Texans don't have a 9-7 roster. The Texans should be 11-5. They should be 12-4. They should be a very, 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 very good football team. The problem is they always have a bad quarterback situation and they always have injuries. But this is partly on Bill O'Brien. Bill O'Brien was the guy that wanted to start Tom Savage over Deshaun Watson last year. He said, Deshaun Watson is the best rookie I've ever seen in all my years in the NFL, but I'm going to start Tom Savage. You know, and, you know, look, Tom Savage sucked. Deshaun Watson came in and fucking was tearing it up like it was college or something. Now, there's going to be an adjustment. People have film on Deshaun right now, but not much, you know. And Deshaun is a little bigger and stronger right now. You know, he's a very, very good quarterback. Their offense can be very good. Their defense, J.J. Watt's back. Clowney's finally starting to play good after all these years. They have skill at every fucking position, this team. Like, the Houston Texans are loaded at every position. Like, there's no reason. Like, wide receiver, DeAndre Hopkins, one of the best in the league. Fuck. The kid, what's his name? What's the kid's name? Floyd. What's not Floyd? What's the kid's name from Notre Dame? Whatever the fucking kid's name. You know what I'm talking about. Fuller. Will Fuller. You know, Fuller's not bad. He's getting better. Like, they've got talent everywhere. The problem is I really question Bill O'Brien. Like, I wonder if Bill O'Brien, he's so conservative. Bill O'Brien's so conservative. Like, you know what I mean? Like, how many times, and it's amazing. I swear to God, I don't know why the Houston Texans play the Patriots as much as they do. But that's the season opener, actually. The Houston Texans are at the Patriots. And Andy Reid does this all the time, too, against the Patriots. We've seen it in the playoffs with the Texans, and we've seen it with the Chiefs against the Pats, where they do everything right. They'll play defense, they're hanging around, but it's like they're coaching to lose by 7. It's like they're coaching to lose by 7. You know, they're not coaching to win the game. Like, there's so many times, like you saw last year in the Super Bowl, the Philadelphia Eagles, not just the Super Bowl, but throughout the playoffs, very aggressive play calling. Very aggressive play calling. And, you know, they were playing to win. And, you know, it's like Bill O'Brien doesn't play to win. It's like 4th and 4 from the other team's 42, and he'll punt. You know what I mean? Like, everything's just so by the book with him all the time. Now, Deshaun Watson can break that book and write his own book. And Deshaun Watson's so good and so creative and athletic that even Bill O'Brien will have a hard time slowing them down. That's the way I look at it. I mean, look, when Deshaun Watson played last year, they were routinely putting up 35 points and stuff. It was a pattern. You know, remember they went into New England. Deshaun Watson, like, his first game was against the Patriots. Fuck, he scored like 36 points. He killed them. Fuck, he lit it up. It was no fluke like the following week. And if you remember, then it got to the point where, like, Deshaun Watson was just routing teams. It was like college, fuck. The Texans would win like 47-10 and shit like that. And other teams were blown away. They were like, holy fuck, this kid's too good. Right? Like, he just took over and he got hurt. Then he got hurt. Paul Griffin, what's up, Paul Griffin? You know what? Sonny Vega would know. He's been to Foxborough. I've never been there. As we mentioned, the Houston Texans, by definition, have the easiest schedule in the National Football League. Now you can't just go by last year's win total, right? Or how many games a team won last year. You can't just judge it by that. You sort of got to judge it by this year's win totals. But any way that you slice it, the Houston Texans have an easy schedule. Like the mainstream schedule sort of rankings have them as easiest, and Warren Sharp, who does the more detailed, Warren does a great job with the detailed schedule breakdown. Like if you're looking for strength of schedule, Warren Sharp's pretty much the best. He breaks it down but Warren just does the win totals for the upcoming year, right? Because you can't just take the records of teams in the last year, because there's circumstances that change. Teams get better. Teams had injuries, etc. Like I said, if you play the Houston Texans last year at the end of the year and they were shit, it's not the same thing as playing the Houston Texans now with Deshaun Watson, right? It's not the same team. So you can take their record from last year, and I get it. You can add up the records and stuff, but I think the best way is to actually look at what the win total is for the upcoming year. Now, I see Eric Leduc was saying that he went to the Meadowlands the other night. I hate to do it. I might do it next weekend, guys, actually. I was thinking about it. I haven't decided. But I actually might make it out there. I might go out to the FanDuel Sportsbook and watch the college football there. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'll see what Lisi's doing or whatever. But the FanDuel Sportsbook, it's very Vegas-like. Like there's bars. It's fucking big. It's nice. It's what I mean. They went all out there. I could go over to Monmouth at Will Hill too. The only thing is that FanDuel one, it's not that far from Manhattan, right? Or from where I am in Jersey, wherever. It's pretty crazy. I looked it up on Google. I'm a 14-minute drive from MetLife, from my place, or from Weehawken. If I'm staying at a hotel out there, it's pretty convenient. Fuck. If it's a 14-minute drive, man, that's not bad. Like Uber or taxi or whatever, boom, I'm right there. Fuck. No, I'm going to wear black this year, Grinch. Yeah, I'm wearing black this year. The Golden Nugget is very, very nice, Kyle Hamburg. The Golden Nugget is the nicest place on Fremont Street. Like you said, you know what? You were talking about the food there. The Golden Nugget has a nice restaurant. Yeah, exactly, Donnie, right? Yeah, the Golden Nugget's the nicest place. Now, listen, the D is coming on. We can't forget the D. The D is coming on. But the Golden Nugget is sort of the jewel of Fremont. It's always been the nicest place. It is, you know what I mean? But we'll go. It's real cool at the Golden Nugget. Yeah, they have a pool, Brian Rowe. Everyone's got a pool, but they got a pool. But what's really cool, yeah, the Golden Nugget has they got a Shark Tank and shit. There's an aquarium, and There's like a really cool bar in there at the Golden Nugget. The Golden Nugget sort of has it all. The Golden Nugget sort of has old school Vegas tables. The Sportsbook is modern. All right, it's a great place, Weehawken, to be. Great location. Like I said, we'll do the little casino crawl, guys. I'll take you for a little tour. I live there, so I know the places. Yeah, our boy Cam Stewart's down at El Cortez. Or Weehawken. I like it's Hawken. Oh, that would have been a touchdown, but he dropped it. The Golden Nugget's good. The D's fun though. The D's right next door. The D's a cool place. Me and Cam talked about it today, actually, on the radio, or yesterday, whenever it was. I don't know. But we talked about the Golden Nugget Sportsbook and shit. The one thing with the Golden Nugget is it's small. It's like a big place, but the ceiling is small. And the Sportsbook's kind of small. Like it's like built for midgets or something. Like the tables are low. You know what I mean? Like everything's low. 20-10 field goal. Boom. Everything's low. Like you're sort of, they have these couches and shit, but it's nice. Like it's not a dump, the Golden Nugget. But I sort of get a little claustrophobic in there at times. The D is a little bit more spacious. The D has this long bar that's fucking epic. Yeah, exactly. They've got that long bar. Yeah, I think I'm barred by Dino's, fuck. No, I'm not banned by Dino's, but I wasn't overly welcome, fuck, at the end. That used to be my corner bar, fuck. I used to go there all the time. Except I was kind of an asshole a lot there, Not always, but not to everybody, but just to the sort of few people. I remember I walked into that place, Dino's, one night, all right? I walk in and I go up to the bar, and I went there all the time, right? So I went in there. I go in and I go to the bar, and I order a drink, and a guy comes up to me. He goes, "You have a lot of fucking nerve coming back in here." I had no idea what he was talking about. I had no idea. I said, "What do you mean?" I said, "Well, why? What happened? What do you mean?" He goes, "You were here a couple of nights ago." He goes, "You told me I was the worst bartender that you've ever seen in your fucking life, and you called me a fucking asshole." And I was like, "Oh, I did, huh?" I was like, I'm very sorry about that." He goes, "Well, I'm not going to serve you." And he just walked away. So then this other chick served me and shit, and I'm just getting dirty looks from him all night. Shit, and fucking. So I gave the guy like $20 or something. Like I said, "Hey, buddy. I fucking pull out 20. I said, "Listen." I told the guy, I said, "Listen, I've got a lot of personal problems." I said, I don't remember what happened the other night. I'm very sorry. I didn't mean it. You're a great bartender, fuck. And the guy wasn't too. He wasn't in, fuck. So I got served though. I didn't get kicked out and shit. I didn't get kicked out, but then later, you know what I mean? It just sort of built. Every time I went there, it was just more friction and more friction. And then finally, like one night I go into Dino's. And I don't have ID on me. They never ID me. Whatever. So buddy fucking like this guy, he asked me for ID. I was like, I don't have ID on me. And I said, I come here all the time now. I said, you know me. He goes, yeah, but it's new policy. You need ID. And I said, do I need ID or is this a good reason not to let me in? Fuck, or you just don't want me here? And he goes, both. I was like, all right. Then I turned on him. I'm like, you know what? Fuck this place. Fuck. I said, fuck you. Fuck this place. I said, your drinks suck anyways. Fuck. I fucking just walked away. The problem was I wasn't welcome like anywhere there. Fuck. That was the problem. Like I got into it with Dino's. And then I got into it with the Strat all the time. Like I got kicked out of the Strat like 15 times, fuck, if not more. Another fumble, fuck. These fucking idiots, fuck. It's gonna hurt the total. Fuck you, fucking tools, man. That's why you're all playing in the fourth quarter of a preseason game. You can't hang out of the ball, you losers, fuck. Every one of these guys fumbles. Like, how many fumbles has there been? Oh, does South Point have them all? You know what, Grinch? So does Bookmaker, though. I don't think I'll be making it out to the South Point. Bookmakers got college football regular season win totals for every team. Every team. Oh, just for the record, I didn't say it either. I'm on the Dodgers and the Athletics tonight, but we're sweating out this football game. Now, like I told, me and Cam Stewart talked about this today. Oh, they've got him at even 5, huh? What does Bookmaker have him on here? Pittsburgh. Yeah, they got him at even 5 here, but it's minus 150 to the over. Pittsburgh Panthers over 5. I like that bet. Pittsburgh Panthers over 5. I think they win 6 games. I think if everything falls into place, the Pittsburgh Panthers can win 7 games this year. I think they're going to have their best year in a while. Yeah, the schedule is pretty tough. The schedule is there's not a lot of free passes on the schedule, but I still think they can grind their way to 6 wins here. The total's 5. I don't know if they're going to be able to beat Penn State. I don't think they will in week 2, but I think they cover the point spread in that game. We talked about Florida Atlantic last night a bit. Or was that? That was on Patreon last night. Last year I gave Florida Atlantic at 4.5. This year it's 8.5, and a lot of people are sort of scared off of it again. And it's funny because last night, on my Patreon show, we spent like half an hour. I was talking about Florida Atlantic and the program and Lane Kiffin and how I found it interesting that they practice next to the airport. So like there's planes landing over them all day and shit, and it helps like fight crowd noise like on the road. And I was talking about how Lane Kiffin, incomplete pass. They were talking about Lane Kiffin. A lot of people rip on Lane Kiffin, but I was saying he's actually a fun guy, like to be around if you're like he's coaching you. He's not an asshole to the kids, right? He might be a weirdo to the media and shit, but here is. All right, so here's a little audio. There's actually a video of it. We'll play the audio of this. This is This is Lane Kiffin at practice today. Lane Kiffin at practice, and he's giving shit to a kid for not going to fucking yoga class, Pilates. So he's in front of the whole team and stuff, and he's like, and he's really funny. He's like, he goes, I found out that you didn't go to your Pilates class. And he goes, then I had no choice but to yell at your position coach. And he goes, then all day, everybody was in a bad mood because I was in a bad mood because you didn't go to your freaking yoga class. And then he starts like going to the kid. He goes, you think you're special? He goes, you think you're special? You're not going to go to the yoga class? And he's like, well, the kid's like scared shitless. Like Kiffin's in his face. He's like, because of you, everyone was in a bad mood. We had a shitty practice because of this. And like Kiffin's going off. And he's like, he goes, here. He goes, this is a letter from the Pilates teacher. And he goes, read it out loud.
All right, where's Gerald? Right, that question. Come here. So Gerald, all right, Mr. Base of the program, all right? We say every day, be like Gerald, okay? All right, so finally, okay, we talk about ego getting in the way, all right? Did you go to Pilates yesterday? No. Sorry, yoga. Did you go to yoga yesterday? No, you didn't. Why? Because the day before, you start in the scrimmage. So then, now I don't need to, okay, because I've made it, all right, which is exactly who you're not supposed to be. All right, the Pilates instructor or yoga instructor who spent 30 extra minutes the week before with you because you stayed and wanted to ask her all these questions, right? Yes. Okay, and then your excuses because I rip your running back coach. Where are you? Running back coach says what? Oh, well, it's his birthday. All right, so then I rip him. All right, then all our meetings are ruined and everyone's in a bad mood because you don't go to Pilates. And then she comes back here for 30 minutes and leaves you a note. Read it to the team. You're on scholarship.
See, so next time you see, Lane Kiffin's this, Lane Kiffin's that. That's some good shit right there. I like that. He's like, oh, you didn't go to I found out it was your birthday. He goes, what, you think you're special because you started in scrimmage yesterday? Like that's the type of stuff, man, that they got something special going on up there right now in Baton, in Boca Raton. You're telling me there's not one available condo in all of Baldoca Vista? Yeah, reading the letter. Over. Yeah, exactly. Over. The Colts kicked the field goal 20-13, 6 minutes left. But you see, like that's why, like Lane Kiffin, like I said, he's got a good thing going on here at Florida Atlantic, and I really think they can hang around and cover this game against Oklahoma out of the gate. Oklahoma has some rebuilding to do, man. It's not easy to lose Baker Mayfield, and Kyler Murray is probably a better baseball player than he is football player, and in fact, he is a better baseball player than he is football player. And listen, the guy's a stud. It's incredibly hard to be a two-sport athlete at the level that he does it at. But the fact of the matter is, look, the guy was what? He's the 7th overall pick in the first round, 9th overall pick in the first round of the baseball draft. He's not going to be the 7th or 9th pick in the football draft. I'll tell you that much. He's okay. He was at Texas A&M before. He's all right, but he's not Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield is a special player. Baker Mayfield is a special college football quarterback. Murray's a great athlete, but he doesn't have the same instinct as Baker Mayfield. It's just, you know. No, it's no secret, Austin. I'll be in New York September the 1st and onwards. There's a couple of games that catch my eye out of the gate there in week 1. Underdogs. Florida Atlantic at Oklahoma. I believe FAU can hang around. I see that USC are favored by 25.5 points against UNLV. Holy fuck, Adam Vinatieri looks old. They were saying that some guys weren't born when Adam Vinatieri was a rookie on the team. Do I like Louisville? Yes, I'm leaning with Louisville. Yes, plus the points. Yeah. The only thing, yeah, we've been laying off the virtual. What's up, T-Money? Well, look, I'm 3 years older. I'm 3 years older than Adam Vinatieri. He's 45. Who looks older, me or Adam Vinatieri? I think he looks older than I do. Here he is. Look. Doesn't that guy look older than me? Come on. Look at. Who looks younger, me or Adam Vinatieri? Come on. I look way younger than him. Darcy says it's a tie. It's not a tie. You're crazy. Tyrant says he sounds younger. Yeah. If I wasn't bald, I wouldn't be gray. I'd be a little silver, but no, I'm insulted. I'm insulted. No, I could hit 27-yard field goals all day. I could hit a 27-yarder. No, you guys are nuts, fuck. This guy looks like he's 53. I look, I look like I'm 36. Yeah, settle down, Kyle. Settle down, Kyle. Yeah, if I don't shave, then it probably comes in a little gray here. I'm not going to deny. A little gray. Distinguished. No, I'm not in denial. I'm in reality. I look younger than Adam Vinatieri. You show me someone else. Listen, I'm not going to say I look younger than every guy here, but I look younger than Adam Vinatieri. Well, it's 20-13 with 4 minutes left. We're on the Baltimore Ravens on the money line, and we're on the under. Basically, the way this game is going to go down is if Indianapolis scores, they're going to go for 2. You see this all the time in the preseason. There's a lot of 1-point games because of this. Like they're not if they go down the field and score, they're not going to fucking play for the tie. They're going to go for 2. And it'll go one way or the other here. We'll see if Baltimore's defense has one more run left in them. The main reason why I took the Baltimore Ravens tonight is the simple fact that the Baltimore Ravens have won 10 consecutive preseason games. They're 10-0 in their last 10 preseason games. Fuck, what a run by Harbaugh. They're 10-0, fuck. Philip Walker. Temple in a quarterback. 1st and 10, he goes down. I'm surprised he didn't fumble the ball. He got fucking smoked. He got drilled right there. Seattle Seahawks under 8.5? Yes. Exactly. Thank you, Brooks. Do I think I could beat up fucking Vinatieri in a fight? No, I'm not saying that. I'd have a chance, though. I never said I could beat up NFL kickers. I don't know why that started. What? Maybe it was because it was about Blair Walsh, maybe. No, I never said that. I'm the fucking one that said I wouldn't want to fight any UFC women. All right. On 3rd and 18, they get 3rd and 16. Here it is, 4th down. Here's our bet, 4th and 1. Here's our bet, 4th and 1. They picked it up. You know they're going to score. Like I said, Drew, like the 115-pound chicks, I'd have a chance against. But even them, if they fucking got like hold of my arm or something, I could be in trouble. Interception, boom. There we go. The best is when what will I miss about Canada? Poutine. Yeah, the best is when I tweeted that I was fighting CM Punk and people believed it. I tweeted a few weeks ago, I have a big surprise. And I was like, yeah, I'm fighting CM Punk. I had a bunch of people. They're like, I think you can take him. That's my big announcement. Fuck, I'm fighting CM Punk. Yeah, my health card. Fuck. That's why, like, they check your passport, Drew, for people that like don't live and try to come back for like stuff. Yeah, I better get Blue Cross or something. So I'm getting to the age now. I'm old. I got Vinatieri, right? Something's gonna happen to me. Fuck. No, I never played Mick in the tennis. Mick chickened out. What do you want me to do? Mick never showed up. We challenged Mick. We gave him 3 cities of choices to play in. I gave him 3. We gave him 3 choices. We said we'll play in fucking Toronto, Vancouver, or Las Vegas at the IFBC. Like, I can't do more than that. I'm not going to Edmonton, all right? Like, oh, come to Edmonton. Yeah, I'm going to Edmonton. Yeah, he wanted us to pay for his hotel and flight and shit. Yeah, I'll miss the weed. Jazz brand weed, the delivery service. All right, here's Mick. Settle down, Mick. Hey, listen, there's plenty of tennis courts. There's plenty of tennis courts in fucking Las Vegas. Fuck. It's the home of tennis. We could have played. You're just scared to go to Las Vegas. You're just scared of Las Vegas. Yeah, we'll go play at Flushing Meadows. I know. We mentioned his name, and here he is. Fuck. Now I'm going to say Shakira. Olivia Munn. See, it doesn't work. It only works with Mick. Fuck. Like if you say, like, scream out another name, fuck. They're not showing up. Raquel Welch. No. It's just Mick Aussie. You say Mick Aussie's name and he'll show up, but you can't. The only other one, it was like the Pat signal. In the old days when I was on the radio in Montreal, only Montrealers will remember this, but I was on the radio in Montreal and there's a writer for the Montreal Gazette, Pat Hickey. I used to always send out the Pat signal. I was like, where's Pat Hickey? We need Pat Hickey. And I swear to God, man, it was like within 10 seconds. Hey, Gabe. We're like, yeah, Pat, thanks for answering the Pat signal. Fucking, we play the music and shit. Because Pat Hickey was, he'd often be listening in his car, right? After the game, driving home or fucking coming home from the bar, or you know what I mean? Like, so, yeah, we'd say, where Pat Hickey would send a Pat signal out, Pat. And then fucking Hickey would call in like 5 minutes later. Hey, guys, I heard you sent the signal out. I might go out to Flushing Meadows for the U.S. Open, Drew. Oh, fuck me. It's the worst fucking thing that could have happened. Of course, they blocked it. Yeah, we're still doing the show, Austin. They blocked it. Holy fuck me, fuck. On the fucking 10-yard line. This is what you call the preseason fucking screw job, man. Fourth quarter, we're about to win the fucking game, and they fucking block a fucking punt on the 10-yard line. Ugh, fuck. Well, we got to hope that they don't get the 2 because they're going to go for 2 after the touchdown. Quick break here. Oh, there's the touchdown. Come on, stop them. Fuck. We're going to stop it. They'll stop them.
Reese Outrageous Blizzard only at DQ. I am Reese Peanut Butter Cups and Reese's Pieces Candies in one blizzard. Plus, brace yourselves, caramel. Outrageous! Because I'm not fast food. I am fan food. Mystery? Go get him, Tiger! He's gonna be fine. Hey! Watch Deadpool 2 with a super duper cut on Blu-ray and digital. That was nice, Charlie. To make a refreshing sports drink, we started with a burst of mango and orange flavor, then went one step further and added coconut water. Discover PC Orange Mango Electrolyte Beverage with coconut water.
Oh, we'll see if they can hang on now. Just got to get a first down. Cam is not going to New York City, but Red Heat and Rage Radio will continue. Now you got to you got to lay the money line in this instance, Muhammad. I lay the money line generally when it's 3 points or less. It's the same as basketball. It's the same as like the NBA or college basketball. Like always lay the minus 128 or 125 or something like that instead of the minus 1 or 1.5 because of this instance, especially in the preseason, man. As I stated earlier, I posted. That's why I posted. Money line. What did I say earlier? It always happens. It always happens in the preseason. And in the regular season, it's a little bit different. You know, there's times where I have done it where I've laid 1 and shit. I've gotten screwed, landed at 1 or laid 2. But I'll generally go up to the money line about to 140 or so, 145. And the NFL, I'll do more. I'll do 170 and stuff. But generally, it's like the NBA or college. Like I always do the money line. I'd rather lay minus 140 and not get screwed by a situation like this. Plus, I talk about it all the time. In the preseason, like I saw this coming 10 minutes ago, guys. I said the Colts will probably score a touchdown, and it's going to come down whether they go for 2 or not, right? Or whether they get the 2, because we knew they're going to go for 2. You know, like, look, it's 2019 right now, you know. Yeah, I always just lay the money line in these situations. Like you look at week 1 in the NFL, like what's a good example of this? Like here, like Carolina Panthers. Carolina Panthers. The Carolina Panthers are 2.5-point favorites against the Dallas Cowboys. I'm just going to lay the fucking 40 cents. You know, I'm not going to fuck around in case for some reason the Panthers win by 2. I like that game. The Panthers will beat the Cowboys in week 1. RG3. Who would have thought we'd see RG3 here in garbage time of the 4th quarter of a preseason game, but RG3 just picked up the first down. There's the game. They're not going to kick a field goal. They're going to run the clock out now. Victory formation. And the Baltimore Ravens are going to win their 11th consecutive preseason football game. Next time somebody tells you that the preseason, well, you can't bet on the preseason, you're a loser, you can't do that, you're dumb. You don't know what's going to happen. I don't know. I know that fucking John Harbaugh has now won 11 consecutive preseason games. That's, you know, that's pretty good. He didn't cover, though. Depends. Like, that's why I didn't fuck around. I didn't say he was going to cover. I said he'd win the fucking game. So we're into the reviewing it now. I don't know why you're reviewing it. Fucking. Let's see. It's pretty close. His knee might be down, actually. Fuck. Of course. They'll just go for it anyways after. This game isn't over yet, actually. Like, I don't know why they're being so petty right now with this. For fuck's sakes, man. It's a fucking preseason game with 47 seconds left, NFL. Really? You've made the Baltimore Ravens play 3 games in 11 fucking days, and you're fucking challenging this shit now? Just fucking get the game over with. This is the NFL. Like, this is why the players get pissed. I guarantee even players on the Colts are like, what the fuck are they doing? Fuck. Like, this is the NFL's decision to review this. Like, who cares? RG3 slid, fuck, and they're looking to see if his knee was down before where the ball was. Because of course it goes, if you slide, if you're the quarterback, it's where you slide, it's not where the, you know, you end up. Fourth and a half a yard. So if he doesn't get it, watch. This is torture. If he doesn't get it, they run 10 seconds off the clock now for some stupid reason. I hate that shit. All right. That's good. Whatever. It's good for us, but it's just stupid. So it's fucking fourth and half a yard. Looks like the Ravens are going to go for it. If they don't get it, the Colts will just be a couple of passes away, and then they'll fucking kick a fucking field goal to win the game. Nothing's easy here. I mushed it by saying that they won 11 in a row. I mushed it. It looks like they're going to call a timeout now. Holy fuck, guys. This is torture. Fuck. I forget what it was, the Jaguars and the Vikings. I actually watched it on Saturday. It was the same shit. The last like 2 minutes, I needed the money to roll over into a soccer game after. I swear to God, guys, the last 2 minutes of the game took like 26 minutes. Fuck. It was torture. Like, really, like preseason, this is fucking bullshit, the NFL. Your fucking reviews and your shit. It's a preseason game. Who gives a shit? Fuck. Nobody cares. They just end it. Fuck. You know what? This game started at 8 o'clock. It's 11:19 right now. Like I said, it's the third game in 11 days for the Ravens. Fuck. Oh, the NFL cares about their players. Like, they don't give a shit. I'm starting to think about Wyoming a little bit, Hamburg. All right, they got the first down. Now the game's over. $20.19. There you go. There you go, Cody. Under and the Ravens money line. What do you mean, why shake hands in a preseason game? What do you want them to do? Punch each other in the face already? $20.19 final score. It's over. We got it. Winner, winner. See, I noticed I gave less picks tonight and successful. There we go. Ravens in the under, baby. Thank you, Jerry. All right. Well, listen, guys. Listen. This is the lesson, all right, that you learned in the preseason, guys. This is the lesson that you guys learned here. Do not lay 1.5 points. Like I said, don't do it in an NBA game. Don't do it in a college basketball game. Don't do it in an NFL game. Especially an NFL preseason game. Like NFL, I don't know. Like I say this all the time to you guys. Like NFL preseason games always end up 1 point. You got to do the money lines. Like, hey, look at them. They don't always end up 1 point, but in a regular season, Steve Merrill's very good at knowing this shit. Like dude, there's like fucking 5% or 3% or something. It's like a minimum amount of regular season games end up on 1 point. It's not a key number. It's very rare that it's a 1 point game in the NFL. But in the preseason, it's very common because, look, if this is a regular season game, the fucking Colts are kicking the fucking extra point and they're tying the game at 20. And suddenly you're in the 3 mode, right? So, if you want to lay 2 in a regular season, there's some people that don't lay money line when it's 2.5. I will. But in a regular season, it's kind of rare that games land on 1 and 2. It really is. Once in a while it will, but the percentage of points are not, it doesn't happen often. But in the preseason, it happens all the time because of this. Nobody, you know what I mean? They always go for 2. Nobody wants to go to overtime. Yeah, 20-cent difference, but you get what you pay for. Wouldn't you have rather made like 20-cent like difference and won the bet right now, Ken? I didn't like biting the bullet. I didn't like betting the bullet, but there was no way in hell. Look, at Bookmaker, it was -2. Fuck, I wasn't laying -2. I laid -128. I laid -128. I'd rather lay -128 and win a bet than lay -110 and lose a bet. But hey, listen, that's preseason. You guys learned your lesson, and just remember this: don't do it. Don't do it again. Like good examples are like here. Like good examples are here, like the Carolina Panthers. The Carolina Panthers are -2.5, -120. Or you can get them on the money line at -140 against the Cowboys in week 1. Like, why would I lay 20 cents at 2.5? I'll just lay the fucking 40 cents and don't have to worry about it. This way, I just need the Panthers to win a game. and with missed extra points and weird things, because that's the worst thing, and that's the worst, guys. It happens all the time, right? Oh, you laid 2.5, or you fucking laid, 6.5, 7, whatever. It's like, yeah, fucking Johnny Bozo misses the fucking extra point. Next thing you know, you're screwed. You're like, holy fuck. Like, now we're I can't win by 7 unless they go for 2 and they get it next time, which they're not going to do. And, you sort of you fall, I hate that worry job during games. Oh, fuck, that extra point's going to screw us with the spread, right? I prefer just money line. Like a good example is like Carolina Panthers. I like the Panthers to beat the Cowboys in week 1. So I'm not going to lay -2.5, -120. I'll lay -140 on a money line. Another good example is here. Look, the Washington Redskins are +1 at the Arizona Cardinals. The Washington Redskins are +1, -120. Fucking Bet365 has high lines suddenly for NFL. But get this. The Redskins are +1, -120. The Arizona Cardinals are -1, +100. I like Arizona in this game. So I'm not going to take -1 +100. I'm going to take money line -110. So if they win by 1, I'm not like, holy fuck, I got screwed and I got to push. Yes. If a game is 3 or 3.5, I'll make it 3. If it's 3.5, I'll buy it down to 3. If I really like a game to win, I don't mind laying like 170 on a money line or something. I'll do it, but I'm not in love with it. Yeah, I do like 2-team money line parlays a lot, Wally. Yes. I will often look, Wally, and I'll see. Like a good example is like this, right out of the gate. So let's look at this. So the 2 biggest favorites in week 1 are the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the New Orleans Saints. We were looking at this because of survivor picks in week 1. Fantasy Factor has $1 million survivor fucking contest. So the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are 9.5-point underdogs at the Saints in week 1, and the Bears are 8-point underdogs. So 7-point teaser will be -130, and we would have the Saints to win by 2.5 and the Packers to win by 1 at -130. Now I want to see what it is on the money line. It's going to be probably going to be about 170 or something. Let's see what a 60. Let's see. All right. Chicago Bears, Green Bay Packers, New Orleans Saints. Yeah, -175. So in that instance, I'll bite the bullet. Fuck. I'll need the Saints to win by 2.5 and the Packers to win by 1 at -130 in week 1 here. Packers, Saints. The week 1 NFL card is a tricky one. Quickly going through the numbers here. The Atlanta Falcons get 4 at Philadelphia on Thursday Night Football. This game's kind of tough. We don't know who the quarterback is going to be right now for the Eagles. I assume it's going to be Nick Foles. The Falcons have revenge in this game, but we've talked about it. The Super Bowl winner has a big history of fucking winning and covering in this game. And on this Thursday, since they've gone to the Thursday night Super Bowl champion, the Super Bowl champion's done well in this spot. To me, normally the Super Bowl champion are bigger favorites in this spot too. You can almost argue the Eagles, should be a little bigger favorites than -4 here. Total's 46. My early lean in this opening game is the over 46. The Buffalo Bills are getting 6 at Baltimore right now. Can't really cap this game because we don't know who the quarterback for Buffalo is going to be. I would assume it's going to be Nate Peterman. To me, this number's a little high. I think people underestimate the Buffalo Bills defense, and the Baltimore Raven offense is going to be improved, but you know, the Bills play the Ravens. They played them a couple of years, like a few times over the last couple of years. Specifically, I think we opened up with them last year. It was either last year or the year before. I don't know. They had all these years merge into one for me. But the Bills lost like 9-7 type shit. It was frustrating. They could have won. We missed a field goal. Like Baltimore, like, I don't know. I think people are underestimating Buffalo coming into the year. Like Buffalo's win total is 6 in some spots. It's like they were a 9-win team last year. Like why, what? Because fucking Taylor's not there? Suddenly they're shit. You know, they bring in Corey Coleman. They got Kelvin Benjamin. They have LaShawn McCoy. But their defense is fucking solid. And like, I don't know. I think people are underestimating the Bills a little bit here. It's the quarterback situation, though, right? We don't know what the situation is going to be. I would assume it'll be Nate Peterman. You know what I think in this Bills-Ravens game? Under 41. That's what catches my eye here. Under 41. It'll be a low-scoring smash mouth fucking game, that game. You look at the history of the Bills and the Ravens, they're always close, low-scoring games. The problem, well, your boy A.J. McCarron, actually, it turns out he doesn't have a fractured collarbone. He's going to be back in mid-October. Or pretty soon, actually. Mid-September. He's coming back. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it feels a little low for Philadelphia, actually. Listen, Josh Allen is taking over, all right? You know, before the game I saw was Louis Riddick, I believe, and it was Woodson and the guys. They were talking about Josh Allen with Rex Ryan and everyone, and Hasselbeck, etc., on the ESPN pregame tonight. And they were actually right. They were bang on, in which they stated that the Buffalo Bills did not want Josh Allen to be the starter this year. Like, that wasn't the plan. You know, like, they really did want to just sort of, you know, say, listen, there's no rush. You know, the kid's coming from the fucking Mountain West Conference here. You know, let's not rush him. The problem is he's playing so damn good. He's playing too good. It's like you basically can't deny him. It's almost to the point. It's like, well, he's the best one here. Fuck. You know, it's like, yeah, Peterman has a little bit more experience, and I like Peterman, and Peterman isn't as bad as the public thinks he is because of that one game. But the fact of the matter is Josh Allen has just looked that good. Now, the thing is, it was against the Cleveland Browns. And I know the Cleveland Browns. Now, listen, he looked decent against the Carolina Panthers in his debut. His first ever NFL appearance, he threw a touchdown pass. Now, last week in his second appearance, he played with the twos, and he got the 2-minute drive in, and then the first half, like, he was on the field at least against real players and with real players. And some of the Browns ones were still out there when he played against them. And he led 2 scoring drives. He led him an 80-yard drive, great presence in the pocket, mobility, ran around, strong arm. You know, he hasn't thrown an interception yet either, actually, in 2 preseason games. All the talk about who's going to throw an interception. So, like I said, he's kind of blowing people away a little bit. And, you know, they're trying to downplay it. And McDermott's a real hard ass. And after the game the other day, McDermott said, yeah, he's really going in the right direction, but let's just, you know, let's see where this goes. Let's chill out, everyone. And then McDermott fucking says that. And then, boom, McDermott announces today that fucking Josh Allen's starting this week. Now, I wanted to get into this because this is basically the dress rehearsal game now, right? This is the dress rehearsal game. And so week 3 right now, this is the game. These are the games that are supposed to be as close to real here now. Like, everybody plays their starters into the third quarter generally. Now, you know, there might be a few exceptions because this guy or that guy's banged up or whatever. And it's still a preseason game. So you're still going to get the chaos that we saw here tonight in this game in the fourth quarter with weird shit and people going for two and, guys fumbling. It's basically, next week and the following week in the fourth quarter, it's guys fighting for their jobs for real. It's basically like, listen, like out of the 15 of you that are going to be playing here in the fourth quarter, there's jobs for 2 of you. So somebody better do something out here, right? That's the way this shit works. By the time they get to the fourth preseason game, that game is solely just down to, all right, fuck. We're either going to fucking throw a bone to this kid on special teams or this kid on special teams. Like they already know who's making the team. But like week 3 here, this is the big one, right? This is the dress rehearsal. This is, all right, this is who we fucking are, man, after camp. Because no one fucking plays in week 4. They shut it down. Starters don't play. Like they won't even dress. Like the fourth preseason game is meaningless. It's solely for fucking scrubs trying to make the team. The last, backups to the second and third string guys are battling in the fucking last game. So let's look at the numbers this week. The Philadelphia Eagles, interesting. The Cleveland Browns are 4-point favorites. This is pretty much due to the fact that over the Eagles, this is due to the fact Carson Wentz doesn't play. Nick Foles got banged up last week. Nick Foles is okay. He's practicing and shit. But it's going to be a healthy dose of Nate Sudfeld here again. The Eagles are almost an exception to the rule, right? They're the defending Super Bowl champions. They're trying to get Carson Wentz back. They can't afford to lose Nick Foles. Like the Eagles are really fucking around here, right? They're not, they got smoked in both games so far, the Eagles. The Patriots beat them. The fucking Steelers beat them. I don't think the Eagles really, that's the one thing with the Eagles though. There's going to be a Super Bowl hangover. There just is. Everyone has it. It's like a real hangover. You don't avoid it. There will be. And right now, like the Eagles don't care. Well, it's preseason. And yeah, you're going to lose again. And you're going to be 0-3 and you're going 4. And next thing you know, it's like, wow, fuck. We kind of coasted through the preseason. And now suddenly every team that we play hates us. And everyone's all fired up. Holy shit. Like, you have the target on your back as a Super Bowl champs. And, the Eagles going to play a lot of teams that they beat last year too, including the Falcons out of the gate. So the Cleveland Browns, people like the quarterback situation here in the preseason. We talked about this the other night. Tyrod Taylor is no longer. He changed his name. He didn't change his name, but Tyrod Taylor says that everyone's been saying his name wrong. It's Tyrod. And like even Susie Colbert, ESPN, we're calling him Tyrod Taylor here tonight. So the Cleveland Browns are laying 4. The Denver Broncos have been a fucking train wreck in the preseason. And word is they're panicking that Case Keenum sucks. Fucking fly. They're worried that Case Keenum sucks. Denver Broncos +3 at the Washington Redskins. Patriots. Panthers are -1 against the Patriots. This is Saturday night. This game's always a fun game. The Jets and the Giants, they play every year their dress rehearsal preseason game. And there's sort of a little animosity between the two of them, It's a rivalry city fucking game. Even though it's preseason, they want to win. The Giants looked pretty good last week, actually. The Jets have been this trendy preseason team. And Sam Darnold's been a big trendster here, too. I think the Giants will beat them, fuck. I just think the Giants are better than the Jets are still. Sam Darnold will probably start this game. We'll wait for the announcement here. The Detroit Lions had been a train wreck in the preseason. And, you don't want to overreact or anything, but I don't know, man. Who's Matt Patricia, right? We don't know about Matt Patricia. And, yeah, I'm not going to hold it against them. You've lost 2 preseason games, but you got your fucking ass handed to you the other night. It wasn't a good look. Fuck. Yeah, what was it, like fucking 27-3? Or it was embarrassing. You know, it was your home debut. You could say, oh, it's preseason, but before the game, you were talking about how you were fired up for the game and how it's important to play at home well and shit and set the tempo. And then you roll over. I think the Lions, I don't think they should have fired Jim Caldwell. The Lions didn't need a better coach. They needed better players. Like, Jim Caldwell was not the problem with the Detroit Lions. Like, I'm not saying Jim Caldwell is Bill Belichick, but Jim Caldwell was a decent coach, and the players liked him. They had a good thing going with Jim Bob Cooter. It's not Jim Caldwell's fault that you guys draft shitty players on defense all the time. It's not Jim Caldwell's fault that you guys never draft a running back, a good running back. Like, you go down the list, Jim Caldwell coached with what you gave him. And I don't know, man. Like, I think Jim Caldwell was kind of a fucking scapegoat. I think he was kind of a scapegoat. Minnesota are minus 3.5. I'll tell you one team that's really struggled in the preseason as well has been Seattle. Seattle's had a hard time getting things together here. Wayne Fontes. Wayne Fontes was a decent coach. Wayne Fontes just sort of was like a scapegoat because, I don't know, it was his personality. Like, I remember, like, Wayne Fontes. I remember Wayne Fontes got booed after they won a game because he fucking took a knee. They didn't cover. I remember, too. I lost a lot of money on that play. It fucking pissed me off, too. I don't know if you guys remember that. You got to be older, but it happened a couple of times with Barry Sanders. It was against Tampa Bay. It was on, like, Monday Night Football, I think, too. And it was like a primetime game where it was like Thanksgiving or it was fucking, I think it was Monday Night Football. And the Detroit Lions, they weren't covering. They were favored against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and Barry Sanders got the ball late. And every gambler in the world is like, fuck, just give it to Barry Sanders and let's just pray that he pops one. And he did. He did. So Barry Sanders popped one, like 80 fucking 90 yards, except he got tackled on the 1 yard line, fuck. And they didn't score after. And people were booing in the stadium and shit. And Wayne Fontes was like, they even boo us when we win. It's ridiculous. It's like, well, coach, you didn't cover because, people are just pissed. Like, fucking. Hey, listen, Wayne Fontes was in the playoffs. The Rodney Pete era wasn't bad. The Rodney Pete teams were pretty good, Sonny. Remember they had Rodney Pete and Herman Moore out of Virginia, the wide receiver, Herman Moore. They had, Holly Robinson Pete. You see now they do like infomercials. Eric Hipple, Eric Hipple. Yeah, you guys, so some of you guys are older and you remember that shit, but didn't it seem like every year the Detroit Lions would fucking lose on Thanksgiving? I actually remember like people bitching. They were like, you know what? The Lions should lose their Thanksgiving privilege. People were like, the Lions should lose their Thanksgiving privileges because they're just too shit. Like, they honestly lost. Like, I remember it was like automatic money. And I used to be such an idiot. I used to be younger and fall for it all the time. I'd be like, oh, fuck, I know the Lions suck, but damn, we're getting 10.5. Like, You know, on their home field, they'd be getting like 10 against the Packers. The Packers would beat them by like fucking 27. Like they got smoked. They never covered on Thanksgiving. They got smoked. There's been a few years where they've done better on Thanksgiving now. But I remember basically like Thanksgiving is always a big betting day, right? So I remember when I was younger, I'd be all crazy and fucking, I'd always try to get my day going with like the Thanksgiving, the Lions game. And so many times I'd get suckered in. I know the Lions are shit, but fuck, man. We're getting 7 points. We're getting 9 points. Come on. No. And then a few times I bet against them. They actually won. They've won a few times under Stafford recently on Thanksgiving, actually. What happened in that game with the Eagles and the Lions? Didn't the Lions smoke the Eagles? Or is it the other way around? I thought, didn't the Lions win 57-14? That Wayne Fonts game. Wasn't that like his fucking highlight, basically? They went on the road and they smashed the fucking Eagles in the snow. The Detroit Lions have never been to a fucking Super Bowl. The Eagles won. All right, they got smashed. Yeah, that was the one. Okay, so who did they beat? Oh, they beat the Cowboys the week before. That was it. That was it, right? They beat the Dallas Cowboys the week before, and then they lost to the Eagles. Fuck. Yeah, remember the Miami Dolphins wanted to make they wanted to run Dan Marino out of town for Scott Mitchell. The Dolphins gave Scott Mitchell all this money. Yeah, Jason Garrett. I think Jason Garrett won a game. I remember Jason Garrett as the backup to the Giants. Stafford's better than Carson Palmer. Matt Stafford's good. Just let's be real. You know, Matt Stafford's never really had a ton of support around him. Like, has he ever had a great defense? Has he ever had a running back? He's had good wide receivers. What's the weather like in Vegas? Las Vegas weather. Holy shit, fuck. Yeah, Vegas ain't fucking around this week. It is currently 101 degrees in Las Vegas right now. It's pretty fucking hot, fuck. Considering it's fucking 8:52 at night. I like it though. I don't mind it. Like, I don't mind it. To me, my favorite weather is nighttime at Vegas. Nighttime in the summer in Vegas is the fucking best. Like, that's the ideal temperature. It's great. Like at nighttime when we're there, Thursday night, the low will be 78. Same shit. Thursday, so I get in Wednesday night. It's going to be 102 and low is 79. You know, usually that low is at about 3 in the morning. Thursday, it's 103 degrees. Friday, it's 102 degrees. Saturday, it's 102. Sunny. Not a cloud in the sky here. Sunny, sunny, sunny across the board in Las Vegas. Goldster says he's going to need a connect when you're out there. Goldster, it's legal. I've been in Vegas when it snowed too. And plus, Chris Edge will be rocking. I look forward to smoking some of the Rage OG. Chris Edge is going to be at the Golden Nugget. Now, normally the SBR has shuttles and stuff, but maybe this is what Sonny was talking about with somebody in the organization. If anyone needs a ride to the Golden Nugget Friday morning between 9 and 10, yeah, it's a nice gesture of you, Chris. Yeah, there's dispensaries all over the place in Vegas too, before Chris gets there or whatever. I get in Wednesday night. Seems like most of you are getting in Friday morning. We'll be doing a show. There's no show Wednesday night for us. I don't know. Maybe SBR will get someone to step in. Maybe Big Man will do it. I don't know if he's going to be around. I think it's a travel day though for SBR even too. So, so no show on Wednesday night. We'll do a show tomorrow night. No show Wednesday. There'll be a show. There'll be a show on Thursday night. I'll do a show. Cam Stewart's going to be on. I think Babana will be in town already. So some of the people that are in town already will be on the air with us here on Thursday night. It'll be a fun time. And then Friday night, we're combining Low Shack and Jimmy the Bag will be joining me at 10 o'clock on Friday night. $10 Eastern, 7 o'clock local time. We're going to have the meet and greet. We'll set up shop at the Golden Nugget. And Jimmy the Bag. Like Jimmy the Bag and Low Shack wanted to broadcast during the meet and greet. But it was going to bleed into my show, so they just asked if it's cool if they, we just sort of combined them. And I said, yeah, no problem, whatever. So basically, we'll just turn the cameras on. Low Shack will be there, Jimmy the Bag. No, you just need ID, Ken. You need ID. You need to prove, your age. No, you can be Canadian. Doesn't matter. As long as you're of age. You need ID, though. They're hardcore about the ID. No ID, no service. You need ID. I fucking forgot my passport in the place last time like an idiot. Like I said, I won't be drinking on the way to Vegas this time. I learned my lesson. So basically, now that we know the weather, you don't really need to wear very much, fuck. The thing is, too, with Vegas, I'll tell you right now, guys, too, you're going to think, holy shit, it's 100 degrees. I'll just bring T-shirts and shit. I'm telling you right now, bring like a jacket. Bring a jacket or bring like a light jacket or like a hoodie or a long sleeve shirt or something too. This is my my advice to you because there's a big contrast. It's hot as fuck outside, but it's fucking cold in the casinos. And we're going to be in casinos most of the time. So it's deceptive. It's like, yeah, it's hot out. Fuck. It's actually a pain in the ass. Because, like, if you're smart, you'll actually, you'll sort of have a jacket with you. You just take it off when you go out or you leave it at the room. But when you're in the casino at night, it's fucking cold, man. They crank the fucking AC, man. And it's cold. Like, if you're wearing a T-shirt, you will be cold. Like, you will be. Like, trust me, I know. It's sort of like sitting on an airplane in a T-shirt. It gets fucking cold. You think at first, oh, it's pleasant. And then halfway through the flight, you're like fucking shaking and shit. Like I've been in Vegas casino. I live there, right? So I've been in Vegas casinos with t-shirts and shorts, and I'm fucking, the hair, everything's standing up. I'm fucking cold as fuck, man, all night and shit. I'm sitting there like this. Like I've actually bought fucking shirts out of gift shops in Vegas. Like I've been fucking, fuck this. I don't even care. Like I bought like generic Las Vegas fucking hoodies and shit because I'm like, man, it's fucking cold in this casino. The other, yeah, it's a good idea, Wally. Cam's like travel bag. But the thing is, his bag will be at the El Cortez. Maybe I'll go down to the El Cortez and do a show there. Probably not, though. Listen, I'm gonna bring like this jacket or something. I'm not, it's fucking hot, No, there's fucking dispensaries on every second block there now. At first, there was just a few. Not a few. There was always been a lot, but they're everywhere, fuck. Like, there's literally a dispensary like every 6 blocks in Vegas now. Or like, whatever. Like, every sort of corner has one. Like, there's a bunch of them near the airport right away. There's like a bunch of them like on the south side of the strip. There's a good one. There's a good dispensary. There's a good dispensary right across the street from the Palms Hotel. That's a good one. But the one that I go to, I'm going to go to it on Wednesday night. The one I go to is, I'm going to go to a one. It's on Sahara and Las Vegas Boulevard. I think it's that Reef place. It's open like all night, or it's open like, I think it's open 24 hours. It's good. It's all expensive there, but it's good weed. Yeah, I don't know what the places are called, but whatever. They're all over the place. Like you'll see them. Like me personally, I'm gonna go to the place on Sahara and Las Vegas Boulevard. I'm not going to get too much because I know, like I said, Chris is going to have some. I'll buy enough, but I bought a quarter last time I was there. And then plus with the weed Chris gave me, I had enough. You actually smoke less. I smoke less when I'm in Vegas. Right? Because, you can't smoke on the casino floor. So... there's times where I'm spending hours playing blackjack and shit. I'm not smoking for like hours at a time. But one good thing is now about Vegas is it is looser. Fuck. Like it used to be a big deal. Like, man, I lived there. I wouldn't smoke on the street there before. And I smoke on the street everywhere. I would smoke on the street in Vegas, but only certain streets, like certain times of the day. I would never smoke on the strip. Fuck. I still wouldn't smoke on the strip. I don't even go on the strip when I'm in Vegas. I won't even see the strip. Like the closest I'll see the strip will be Circus Circus. Like that's sort of my cutoff. And that's not the strip. So I'll sort of see it like, hey, there it is. But I don't go on the strip. I haven't been on the strip in fucking years, man. But I'll tell you guys right now. No, I smoke during the day, Ken, but I smoke in my room. I was going to say, though, now it's loose. Like before you couldn't smoke. Like you have to be careful or whatever. You can smoke in the parking lot and security would bitch at you and shit. But now it's legal and they don't really care. Fuck. Like we've smoked outside the Westgate, outside the Sportsbook. Security didn't say shit. They saw us. They didn't say anything. We were out there all day last year. Fuck. Like blazing right in front of them and fucking they didn't say shit. Last year at March Madness Circus Circus, we smoked right outside Circus Circus, like the doorway type thing. We didn't smoke in the casino, but we basically just go like basically where people smoke cigarettes, put it that way. Like now You know what I mean? Like, no one says anything to you because it's legal. Like, it doesn't mean you can blow in a cop's face, but it used to be hardcore. I remember on New Year's Eve in Vegas when I lived there, I fucking blazed, man, and I fucking did it really fast on this side street, and I started putting it away. I look over, and man, it was like 6 cops tackling these Mexican dudes and shit for smoking weed only. It was like they were hardcore, fuck. I've seen it a lot in Vegas. I remember I lit up in a parking lot of a strip club once in Vegas, and the fucking bouncer flipped, fuck. Yeah, exactly. They are, Noli. They are doing that. The cops in Vegas, they're hardcore, fuck. Like, on the strip, the cars come to a standstill, right? The cars go really slow on the strip. You know, people are showing off in their nice cars and whatever. People want to drive the Vegas Strip. So the cops go on the strip, and you can't walk on the strip. There's like fucking gates and shit. You can't walk because too many people will get killed. So, but the cops go on it on bicycles. And they fucking pull up and they look in every car's window and shit. And they even fuck with you in taxis, man. Like, that's why, like, the strip, you know, anyone that lives in Vegas avoids the strip like the plague, man. Like I said, it's a cop fest. The cops are busting people left and right. They're trying to get drunk drivers in the cars, too. And everyone's drunk in Vegas in their car. That's the thing, fuck. Basically, like 50% of the drivers in Vegas are drunk. I'm not exaggerating. Yeah, like the cops can bust everybody, but they can only really get the drunkest people. But they'll nail you. They just, they have cops in the casino. They'll know. They'll be like, all right, this idiot's fucking hammered. He's going to get in his car right here. And then boom, you get in your car and they just wait. You drive out of the parking lot and boom, they just get you right there before you hit the street. LV Joe, exactly. Circus is the best for that too, like you said. Dude, that's why we like Circus. Circus has a sports book, right? It's a nice little sports book too. And they're very generous with the drink tickets. Because, you know, most of the people bet small there. So if you bet like $100 on a game, $200 on a game, like they're going to give you like 8 tickets and shit. No one tips them too. If you tip the guys, like, remember at March Madness, Chris Edge, I had like fucking 50 tickets a day, right? So, but what's really good about Circus is a lot of casinos, it's a pain in the ass. And one thing I will admit about Fremont Street, you can't smoke on Fremont Street. You can't. It's annoying, fuck. I don't like it. It's fucking annoying, Fremont Street, because of that. There's cops fucking everywhere, man. And the Fremont Street have their own security too. So like there's LVPD, and then on top of that, there's like security who are deputized, right? They're security of the street, but then you have the cops that come around too. And they're very, very sensitive about Fremont Street. It's a big tourist attraction for them. So they don't want people smoking dope and fucking getting wasted. You know, you can drink there, but you can't smoke. But listen, I'm a veteran, right? So you basically just have to go on the side street and shit. And you're all right. But yeah, but that's what I like about Circus. The sports book, you don't have to walk far. There's a fucking like smoking cigarette door for like the horse old guys that like to smoke, right? So basically, and you could smoke in there anyways, but fucking people were smoking there last time. But people, they have this like smoking fucking thing, and you can smoke cigars there, I remember. But people were like, you can go right outside, and it's in like the parking lot on the side of the Circus, and you can go right back in. So you walk like 10 feet, you go outside, you smoke weed. No one says anything. Like no one cared. Fuck. Security saw us. Like we were there for 4 days smoking out there. No one said jack shit. Fuck. Smoking weed is the least of their problems, all right? Like people are getting shot and robbed and shit in rooms. Like you know what I mean? Like, like you smoking weed outside, they're like, yeah, whatever, fuck. Chris Benz, yeah, me too, dude. I'll be honest with you. I'm not a big fan. Fremont's cool, but we'll get out of there when we go party on Saturday. Because of that, dude, you're exactly right. They have that stupid Fremont experience shit with the free concert and stuff. It's fucking annoying. Like, I was staying at the D last time, and they wouldn't let me fucking in, man. Like, seriously, like, this cop was like, no, you can't go there. I was like, I paid for a room. He's like, well, tough shit. You should have known that before you came out here. Like, basically, like, they fucking fence you in on Fremont Street. You have no control. Fuck. Like, they fucking search you. They're all over you. There's security up your ass. Like I said, Fremont is a pain in the ass for that. It's fun at first. Like, Saturday night will be worse on Fremont. That's when the concert is. Fuck. It sucks when there's a concert. Like, we got to avoid that. We got to get out of that area during a concert because you'll get trapped. I'm telling you. Like, you get stuck in the casino. They won't let you out certain doors. It's a big pain in the ass. Fuck. Yeah, like, you figure, oh, I'm just walking around Fremont. And it's like, no, man. And they're assholes. The security on Fremont are dicks because they deal with a lot of wasted people. So, like, they're serious about it. Like, they're like, you can't bring your drink here. You got to fucking leave. You can't stand here. You can't, you know what I mean? And like I said, you get trapped inside the concert. And there's like fucking gates. You have to go all the way around. I learned my lesson. Like, I know what entrance like to avoid now and shit, but we'll mix it up. Like I said, you know where we'll go on the Saturday night, guys, to watch the college football? I'll take you guys over to the SLS, whoever wants to come with me. We'll go over to the SLS. SLS has a great sportsbook bar, man. It's the best. It's a fucking, yeah, I'm going to be in the super contest, yes. At SLS, they have a fucking bar. It's on the strip. It's outside. And it's all palm trees and shit, but they have all the games on at the bar, on this big long bar. And the thing about SLS is it's kind of classy, except they're not dickheads because they need business. How much do I charge to take a picture? Free of charge, Jake. Well, yeah, you guys are going to have to figure that out down there. Yeah, Vegas Matty is a good proxy. Vegas Matty is the best proxy. SLS is the casino. Yeah. Free of charge for pictures. If anyone wants a picture with me. No, I don't know Larry the proxy. How am I getting from McCarran to the Nugget? I'm taking a taxi. I'll be taking a taxi. I'll be getting into Vegas at about 11 o'clock at night. I'm not gonna be in the mood to be fucking around. I would go right to the dispensary, to be honest, but I'm gonna have my guitar with me too. Fuck. No, Nick, I'll be all right. Look, after a fucking 4.5 hour flight, 5 hour flight, and having to get to the airport 90 minutes before the flight, you know, I'm not going to be in the mood to be, oh, I'm going to save $8 and take this or that. I'm going right to, well, you going to be there, Kyle? Are you coming down? Now, there's always a big lineup and shit, Ghoster, in the weed place. I did that before, and it cost me too much money. I learned my lesson. I once fucking got a taxi to wait for me outside the dispensary, and fucking cost me like fucking $40. Didn't cost me 40 to wait, but like the ride was way more than you know what I mean? It turned into a bigger thing. Like I said, normally I like to get the weed right away. I'm gonna have to bite the bullet. I'm gonna get into Vegas. I'm gonna go check into the hotel, and then I'll just go for a walk over to the dispensary. Well, Greg Mattson, at least it's going to be broadcast. I will tell you, Ghoster, the shuttles are pretty good. The shuttles are pretty good. Like if you want to save a couple of bucks and shit, but some of them stop at a few hotels, but there are a million shuttles from Vegas and shit. And another thing is too, Vegas has fucking they have Uber and Lyft and that shit there now too. One good way of getting around in Vegas, too. One good way of getting around in Vegas is the, I forget what they call it. Fuck. The SkyTrain? The tram. They call it the tram. That's the best way to get around Vegas, but it doesn't go to the fucking airport. Like, you know, like if we're going to the strip or something like that, or we're going somewhere, that's the way to go. It's $5 and it fucking, you avoid all the traffic and shit. It's the best kept secret in Vegas. The monorail, yeah. There ain't no monorail, and there never was. No one really takes it. They don't know where it is and shit, right? But I know where the stops are. It's very good. It starts at the Westgate. It starts at the Westgate and it goes all the way to Excalibur. So like, and trust me, fuck, it takes a long time. Vegas traffic is a bitch, fuck. That's the thing with Vegas too. You guys love a couple of you to live there and shit. You guys know there's like there's more and more people move there. There's a lot of traffic now and shit. The monorail. So yeah, we got to wrap things up in a couple of minutes. So tomorrow night we'll start to break down Saturday's college football games a little bit. All right, it's time, as Bruce Buffer would say. We got a few real games on the board, a couple only. Oh, now they're starting to pop up a couple of more. Good. We're going to have a number for Duquesne and UMass. Prairie View versus Rice. Hawaii. Hawaii gets 14 at Colorado State. Totals 57.5. The number feels a little high. This next game, a little bit of line movement here. I see Wyoming were 4-point favorites. It's down to -3.5 right now. This is what we were talking about earlier. We'll wrap it up with this sort of here. We're talking about like money line versus like point spread. So this is a good example. If I take Wyoming, I'm not laying 3.5 on the road, but I don't mind laying 165 on the money line. Then, you know, I don't have to worry about winning by 4 points. I just need Wyoming to win the football game. Now, listen, I am a New Mexico State. You know, they're better than people think they are, New Mexico State. But at the same point in time, it's not easy to win a football game like this. And Wyoming are actually pretty stacked. I was thinking the total was too low, and it's come down. It was 47. Yet, you know, Wyoming's defense is very good. I mean, even last year, they fucking went to Iowa in week 1. They lost like 21-0 or something like that. It's a winnable game for Wyoming. Wyoming are a better team. They have better talent. They just do, you know. And they don't have Josh Allen right now, but their defense is like loaded. And they've got a ton of skill position players. They should be able to beat New Mexico State. My biggest win in Vegas. I had some big weekends there. We had a few big weekends in Vegas. I've had a few bad times in Vegas too, but when I lived there, I was in a pretty good gambling groove for a few years. Yeah, we'll see you there, Nolly. Yeah, the Wyoming game should be a lower scoring game. It's just such a low fucking total for a college game. Colorado State and Hawaii should get to 54.5. Like Hawaii, you're going to have a hard time stopping Colorado State. Except I wouldn't really want to lay 15 points with Colorado State. I already saw a number. Bet365 doesn't have a number up here right now, but I already saw a number for this Prairie View and Rice game. Let me see. Maybe Bookmaker has it up. It was like 30, 31. I think Rice were 31-point favorites, which I don't know if Rice should be favored against anybody like that. What was it? Let's see. Do they have it up? No, not yet. But yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow night, and we'll kick the tires on these college football games. And we won't be on Wednesday night, so we'll blast through some more football talk tomorrow night, and then we'll be seeing you guys Thursday night. I'll do a show from my hotel room with some special guests. It'll be a fun time, Vegas style. Friday night, we'll be at the meet and greet. We'll be broadcasting live. And then Saturday and Sunday, you guys that won't be at the IFBC will be able to watch on the Sportsbook Review YouTube page right here. They'll be broadcasting the entire conference and all the speakers. We appreciate that, Cody. Thanks, Lucas. Thanks, Gino. See you later, Beastly, Goldster. We'll see you in Vegas. Noli knows. See you later, Brian Jensen, Van Fob, McKenna, Wazzle, everybody else in between here. I appreciate you guys tuning in. We'll be on the radio tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Remember to watch all the SPR content throughout the day tomorrow. Oh, Rice is only 19.5, huh? Ooh, a little lower. So, yeah, we'll talk about those college football games tomorrow night. And you know what? This will be our last it won't be our last show here, but pretty much. It'll be like our second to last show here in this fucking condo. We'll do it here. We'll be back for like a night or two next week, and then maybe for a quick hit in mid-September, actually. But changes are in the air. We'll see you guys tomorrow. See you, Spencer. Thanks. Thanks, Ortega. May the winners be yours. Other than that, you're on your own. Later.